Hello, season's greetings. It's Abidi's Kitchen, and today I have a recipe request for fried rice. This recipe was requested by Miss Purnima, and here's seasoned greetings to you and your family, and I hope you give this a try. For this recipe, you'll need long grain white rice, sweet pepper, any color of your choice, carrot, bora, or what we call Chinese long bean, corn, chopped up celery, and some crushed dried fine leaf thyme. Use fresh if you have. Chinese sauce, a must in this recipe, and some fried rice seasoning. Now this here is the Chief brand, and you can get this at any West Indian store, and a chicken cube. So let's get into the preparations. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to clean and cut my vegetables, and with fried rice you want to have these cut very small. So you're going to dice them. You want them to blend in with the rice, so they're not going to be big large chunks like you would with chow mein. You can see here, these are very small, and this is how you want it to be. Same for the carrot. I'm going to cut this into strips and then dice it up into little cubes. Carrot, and they're the same size, and this is going to go nicely into the rice. And the same for the sweet pepper. You want to cut this in strips and finely dice it the same size as the other vegetables that you're adding. And any color sweet pepper. I just happen to have green at the moment, and so I'm going to be using that. So here I have everything that's been nicely diced. My carrot, my bora, sweet pepper, corn. I will only be using about a half can. So now let's get to the cooking. So over at the stove here I have on a pot with some water, and this is going to boil my rice. When I'm cooking fried rice, I don't cook the dry down version of fried rice that is traditionally cooked. This is my foolproof way of doing it, so I don't have grains in my rice. I'm going to be parboiling my rice for about 10 minutes, and then I'll be frying it up with the vegetables and the seasonings. So into my boiling water, I'm adding in my rice, which I've washed about 4 times with cold water. And I'm going to let this boil. Give this a stir. And do not add any salt into this, because we'll be adding the flavorings, and those have salt already. So we don't want this fried rice to be overly salty. I'm going to let this cook. I want it to be like 50 to 60% done. And you want to give it a stir. You don't want to have it sticking. So I've had this on boiling for about 10 minutes, and I can see it's getting cloudy now, and if you press it, it's going to break in half. You don't want the grain of rice to have that crunch on the inside. That's what you want to get rid of. And don't worry, if there's still a little bit of crunch, we will get rid of that in the end. So now I'm going to strain this off. Now I have a large bowl here, and into here I'm adding my hot steaming strained rice, and we're going to add some seasonings and some flavorings here. First thing, Chinese sauce, and this is going to add a nice flavor, and it's also going to color the rice. And you want to mix this up really well. Half of the chicken cube, I'm not adding all of it as yet, and the hot rice is going to melt that up. I'm going to add a little bit more. I want it to be darker. You can also use cashew to color this, but this is also adding in some flavor. Now into here I'm going to add fried rice seasoning, and I'm going to taste as I go along for my salt profile. Now the color here is to my liking, and I'm going to give it a quick taste for salt. The salt in the fried rice seasoning is good here, and I'm going to leave this here for now so that the warm rice can, you know, soak in that salt and the seasonings. So my rice is hanging out over there, and I have a large pan here, and I'm going to add in here some vegetable oil. about 4 to 6 tablespoons. This is going to be used to fry up the vegetable and the rice. And I want this to come up to heat. You want this to be medium to high. You want to fry and saute the vegetables. You don't want them to get soft. Into my hot oil, I'm adding in the vegetables. Carrots, bora and sweet pepper. My corn, I'm using half can. And the half of the chicken cube. I'm going to give this a quick saute. I don't want this to steam, so I'm going to keep this on high heat. And I'm going to let this go for about 5 to 8 minutes. Now you can taste for salt here. I've added chicken cube and I didn't need to add anything else. Now if you don't have the cube, you can always use the Goya or any other form of seasoning salt that you may have. So after 5 to 8 minutes of sauteing here on high heat, I am going to add my thyme and celery. As I said, if you have fresh, you can use that. Fresh is always better, but I do not have that at the moment, so I'm using dried. And into that, I'm going to add my rice. Still on high heat, I'm going to give this a good mix to incorporate everything here together. So after giving this a good mix, taste for salt or seasonings. If you need to add anything else there, you can also add some more fried rice seasoning. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece of foil wrap. I'm going to put it over my pan, and then I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to turn the stove down to low, and I'm going to let it go like this, covered on low for 10 minutes. Everything is going to come together here nicely. It's been 10 minutes and I had my fried rice sort of steaming here, and this is going to ensure that you have no more grains left in there. Give this a stir, and this is ready. And here you have it, our delicious, easy, quick fried rice. You can make this a vegetarian meal as it is here and serve it up with a nice garden salad, or you could serve it with a baked chicken, fried chicken, pot roast chicken. You could even make it a chicken fried rice or a beef fried rice. And if you would like to do that, check out my chow mein video. You would see how to season the chicken. That is exactly how I would do it and add it into here. The process is just the same. So do try this recipe. All of the ingredients and measurements will be listed in the description box below. Give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and thank you for spending time with us today in Abby D's Kitchen. Happy holidays! Enjoy! Be safe! Bye-bye!